Appreciate you guys coming again. Look like we're thinning out a little bit. Guys taking stuff for granted, especially winning, because winning is hard. But no, we appreciate you guys coming, and we look forward to getting back to work and hopefully playing a good ball game this weekend. Having a week off, it seemed like it's been a long time since we played. It really does seem like it's been a long time. So we're anxious to get back, go to work, and hopefully play our best game to date and try to make some improvements and to get better as we go through this game. So it's going to be a challenge for us getting our guys motivated and getting them ready to play and to play at a high level. I think if we do that, we're okay. I think so. It was a little bit late. As I said, in a perfect world, you'd like to have it game 5 or game 6 instead of after game 8. Playing 8 straight is pretty taxing on you somewhat, and mentally it's draining. But, we had a chance to step away for a minute, go recruiting, and, we gave the guys a couple of days off, and I'm anxious to get back out today, check them out, and hopefully we'll have a little bounce in our step and get ready to play and play well this weekend. They had some ups and downs, and it depends on which team you play against. The one that beat FAM was a good football team. The one that beat North Carolina Central is a good football team. When they piece it together, they do some things that can hurt you. So hopefully, we can just go in and focus and play fast and play smart and do things that we do well. That's never good when you're dealing with a death, especially one of your players, freshman, 18-year-old, and you never know how it affects the rest of the team. And I think you could see a little bit of that in the play because they didn't have the same pep or the go-get-them that, you see in earlier tapes. So I think they were affected by what happened to them. But you have to talk with them a little bit deeper to get the details. Yeah, but it wasn't during the season. It was during the off season. We had a guy that, I was thinking earlier, I think we had one. I think South Carolina State had one. And actually, Norfolk had 2 this summer. They had a kid up in New York that ended up getting killed this summer. So, it's a tough situation to be in. It's a phone call that you don't want to make or receive if you're the coach or the parent. That's been our approach all the time, just stay in the present and don't look ahead. So hopefully we can do that. We've got to prepare because if we don't, as you guys see, you look at some of the scores around the country, a lot of top teams are getting beat week in and week out because I don't know what it is. Maybe you don't prepare right way, or maybe you take things for granted, or maybe you don't focus. But you see, a lot of these ranked teams get knocked off by unranked teams. So our job is to get focused, play and play well, and stay tuned, stay in the now. If we stay in the now and play like we're capable of playing, then I like our chances. I don't know about that. He's had some outstanding football games, and he's playing well, and he's playing at a high rate right now. And, a lot of that has to do somewhat, too, with who you're playing against. And Bethune was a talented football team. They will make some noise in this league, and, we're glad we were able to beat them. And, they came back and beat, who's at Howard this weekend. So Bethune's got some athletes. They're really good defensively. Defensive backs, they got some good players out there. So, he has played better, but I don't know. I wouldn't put it in those terms as worst game, of the season. I thought he played well in spots. Well, I don't look that much, but it get brought to my attention all the time, Jeff. But that's football, and I understand that. And it's hard trying to stand in now and just worry about your team and focus on your team. And of course, you're human. You're gonna look and see what's going on around the league and see where we are and what we think we need to do. And I think what we need to do is try to go and beat Norfolk. The preparation is about the same, other than the long bus ride. everything is basically the same, and we stay in a routine where we try to do things the exact same way, whether we're at home or away, and even on away trips, we stay in the same routine. Our guys just played well, and our coach has done a great job of preparing our guys and getting them ready to play, and I think our players have done an outstanding job of being focused on the road, because it's hard to win, and it's harder to win when you're on the road, especially playing good people. Man, let me see, I'm a gym rat. I get up in the morning, I turn on game day, and I watch until 1, 2 o'clock at night. And it was good to be, 10:30 came, and I said, well, I don't have to go get on the bus. I can just continue staying here and watching game day, and then you watch a 12 o'clock game, then you watch a 3:30 game, then you watch an 8:30 game, then you turn to Sports Center and watch all the scores, man. What a beautiful weekend. You guys got it made. No, actually, but my wife walks around with the radio, with her phone in her hand, trying to keep up to date. And I told her, let me just relax and watch, football instead of bringing this stuff to me right now. And, you try to get away from it as much as you can. And that's my way of relaxing, is watching North Carolina play Notre Dame, Florida plays, Georgia, the great games we had this week. So that's how I spent my weekend, went recruiting on Friday and watch games all day Saturday. Yeah, we did, and hopefully, we hadn't practiced since last Thursday, so we gave the guys some days off, and hopefully the ones that was banged up will be ready to practice good today. So I may just get out there at 4 and see where we are and see what we have back, but the injury report says that we're ready to go. Well, we'll let you know Sunday. It depends. And it's always funny, because when you're on a roll like that, sometimes you want to continue playing, but when you get beat up and you get tired, you want a week off. So, I thought it came at a good time. It came at the time that it came. There's nothing we can do about it. So we look at it as a great time. It would have been the 5th game of the season. We'd said the same thing. But ideally, as I say, you'd like to have the 5th or 6th game of the season, but because of the way the thing fell this year and because of the injuries, I thought it was a good bye week. Our primary job is winning, and as you know, when you win, everybody benefits. Individually, one of the things we try to get our guys to understand is that, and when you can get to this point, you have a pretty good team. It's about the team. I tell them all the time, think less of yourself, but don't think any less of yourself. And when you start putting the team first, that's when guys fight a little bit harder, I think. And when you plan for something bigger than you, I think you get a little bit better effort. And that's what we try to train our guys to do, is to fight for something that's a little bit bigger than you. And if you do that, it's like that old saying, when the water in the canal rises, all ship rises. So if we win, everybody benefits. Everybody. Well, I think Chris probably would have had the record if we didn't have some penalties, that brought some things back. But no, we're ahead like that, and we're beating somebody. We're just going to try to run the clock out, and if it happens in the natural flow of things, that's fine. And I like to say our guys do well, but again, when you win, everybody benefits. I think so, for the most part. I think most of the guys are in. And, you have a couple guys on every team that's going to question some things and doubt some things or whatever. But for the most part, I think our seniorship committee has done a great job of making sure the guys is taking ownership of how they play and taking ownership of what they do. And that's another good sign of a good football team, when they start taking ownership, and our guys have done that. Well, we try to teach them to do that. I'm my brother's keeper, and, we don't have 24 hours a day. They're with them everywhere they go, so we expect them. If I see you doing wrong and you and I are supposed to be boys, I'm not going to let you do wrong. At least I'm going to try to, and we try to teach our guys to police one another, make sure that your team makes a living right and doing the right thing. And, that's one of the things we talk about every Thursday with the leadership committee, is making sure that your teammates doing what they're supposed to do on and off the field.